that is.
No.
All right, we are live, so better be. Hey, I should have worn better pants today. They're gonna see my look at.
The sun on those babies.
I know. It's like the first.
You won't catch me in shorts.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, now we've got a mission.
Not on TV.
Not on TV.
Not on TV.
I think Joey's getting shy. All right. Welcome, Kitsap County. Steph Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound with our Kitsap County weekly housing stats for the week of June 15th through the 21st. Joining us today.
And I am Joey Walker. I'm back.
Right.
I'm back. Took a week off, and
it's
here
way
we
more
are.
fun with Joey. Yeah. So this is gonna be a fun one. This is the recap, the part 3 of the last 2 series. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over our stats, and then we're going to kind of put everything together. So from part 1 and part 2, which we have these new builds, and then maybe these new builds are going to be, enter the market slowly, which they probably are. And where did all these people come from? We keep getting that. Are they migrating in from other states? And we're going to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so we'll go through these things today. Let's do stats first. Keep me on track.
Yeah, let's do stats. We always do stats first.
I know.
She almost threw a curveball at me.
I did. I know. You're like.
I got a little nervous.
We need a hook. Okay. New homes on market this week, 118, which is
Good
we've
amount.
had some strong, lot more homes we're seeing come on market.
Yeah.
It's not a big increase, but just slightly increasing, which is normal and typical this time of year. 152 in escrow. Hey, look at that, by the way. 152, right?
Yeah. Seems
So pretty consistent. And what that means is homes in escrow are how many buyers are putting homes under contract. 152 is a lot, and that tells us the buyers are hungry. They're buying homes. 118 closed. So here was. Are these the?
Oh, that's without Bainbridge.
Oh, got it. Okay, so here's an interesting stat for you guys. The inventory this week went up to 300. We broke the 300 mark.
First time all year.
Yep.
First time in a long
So
time.
300 homes on market for all of Kitsap County. That includes Bainbridge. Without Bainbridge, we're at 269 with condos. You remove condos, we're down to 253 still. Okay, and that tells you, we've got what? Let me do some quick math here. 16 condos on market, and as we mentioned last week, we're seeing more condos on market. We're in the single digits maybe 2 weeks ago with just 3-4 condos on market in the entire county. Now we're up to about 16 condos on market. And something that we see historically is when markets start to shift, we'll see the condos, the convo inventory go up, and the vacant land inventory go up. I don't think we're seeing a market shift right now. However, you want to just kind of watch these micro movements within the inventory. It's kind of, if you geek out on stats, that's a fun one to geek out. And I don't know any geeks around here on stats.
No
Okay, here's another interesting shift too. Days on market's up to 15 days on market. And we were talking about this in the office this morning. We saw this all week today, this week, and started last week. We're seeing a bit of maybe a blip in the upper market sales. We're showing homes, and what are we seeing, Joey?
Yeah, it's just we always assume we go and show a home, it's going to be gone that weekend because
Right.
it's just
Better
how
act
it's been.
fast.
But now we're seeing
Yeah.
some homes up, 700 plus area going lasting for a couple weeks now, and so it's just kind of is it a story to be told, or is this just kind of an episode? I don't know.
Right. It
We'll
might be a one-off. It could have been, some of the theories that are spinning around in the realtor community right now. Could be Father's Day, end of school,
graduation,
weddings,
and summer season.
Yeah,
That
summer
stuff.
season. People just going through their normal seasonal shift. Because we saw these homes that were on market on average 4 days before going under contract, and now they're 10 plus days without any offers. And another thing that we'll see, I'm seeing a trifecta here. We have condos increasing,
Days on market
Days-
increasing.
and the other thing that will happen when a market shift starts is the upper price ranges will start to be on market longer. Okay, I'm not saying anything's happened, I'm just pointing these things out because we watch
What
the
we do.
market stats on a micro level. So, for example, we have a few homes or buyers have been stalking buyers still stock homes. And one of them that one of our buyers is in love with, we won't say which home it is or which buyer it is, but do you know who I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one who's like got obsessive crush on the house. Yeah,
She loves it.
Oh, man. We hear about it every I think she just beeped us. The house. It's been on market for 10 plus 14 days. Yeah. And so that's unusual. Okay? All right. And is it because sellers are overpricing their homes and they need to learn a lesson that you can't even overprice in this market, sellers? Pro tip. You got to price correctly, don't you?
They're still selling for 8% over, but
only if they're priced
that's
right.
only if they're priced correctly. So,
right.
So don't
right.
shoot for the moon,
yeah.
here, guys.
Yeah, you still can't sell a Pinto for $1 million. Doesn't work. Okay. No. Okay. So this last stat here. It's good to see you.
Hey.
Nice to have you back on camera. I was lonely last week. I was kind of sad. Average home price. So let me show you. Yeah, average sold price right now is $551,000 in Kitsap County. $551,000. I remember when it was $150,000. So I'm feeling old here. And sales price list price buyers is 107.45% this week. So it went down from 108%. Don't get too excited about that. I'd still offer 8% over list price if I was a buyer. So and that kind of leads perfectly to this week's points. Let's go to this one first. I'm gonna work in pink here. The upper market lull. We talked about this in stats, and there is a little bit of a lull. But if you're a buyer, what's your recommendation? Should they get excited about this, or what are some ways that buyers might be able to? If you're shopping in the 600, 700, 800 plus range, we have seen a little bit of a slower showings.
Right.
You know.
So you might not have to rush to the computer to get an offer, and you can really
maybe to wait 24 hours.
Yeah, you can really sleep on it.
Maybe wait 36
right now people
hours.
are like, you have a half hour to write an offer. It's like, no, you have a little bit of time now.
However, do we expect that to last?
I don't expect it.
I don't either.
No.
I would not get excited about this at all. Right.
Yeah, I mean, every week something different.
Right.
Every week, so we'll see if this continues or if it's just a 1 week, 2 week type thing. So.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. We just have to wait and see. And I would expect things to go back to normal. That's the pattern we've seen. All the statistical indicators are that we're going to be, the market's going to be very strong. So we don't see any reason why this will continue. Further, don't get cocky, buyers, just because something slowed down. Our advice to you is take advantage of it. If you've just been beaten up by this market, jump in this week. Jump in this week, put in a strong offer. Don't try to game the system. Don't play games. Put in a strong offer. Listen to your broker and get a house for yourself and be done with this and stop the headache and the buying nightmare.
Yeah.
The reason why we're telling you about this lull in the market, it just sounds like the market's been raging. All of a sudden it just took a breath this week, last week and this week. So jump in, grab a house, be done. And don't play games, go, oh, there's a lull, I'm gonna offer below this price. That's just stupid. That's you being arrogant and stupid. Don't do that. Offer 108 over, get a house, be done.
There you go.
That's my thought.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
wanna add to this?
you want to take advantage of the situation.
Okay.
Don't chase away a situation or an opportunity
Oh, that's a good way
here.
to put it.
Yeah, so take advantage of it.
Okay. So we did that one. Other news. Oh, we did this one. Take advantage of that.
No.
So boom. Lumber, big news this week was.
Yeah, just in the Wall Street Journal, a big old article about how lumber is just kind of, in their words, plummeting in prices right now. It's like 40% in the last few weeks.
Right.
And I think it's just, things are just reopening. There's these supply chain issues that are getting resolved, and I haven't seen a whole lot of wood out there getting transported. And so it's just big news because, I don't know if you heard, but we have a couple thousand homes coming our way in the next few years. And, most homes
That's
need
going
wood.
to help with affordability. Yeah, that's going to help.
Yeah, I mean,
building those homes.
there's a trickle down effect with this price, because not only does it allow, more wood to kind of hit the market and just get used, but also it's not going to up the price of the home when it's finally sold.
That's true.
So if you're getting quoted at a price, a pre-sale,
Mm-hmm.
and then, hey, surprise, a year or two down the road, that same home is $50,000 more because of lumber.
Mm-hmm.
This is good news for you. Good news for developers. It's just good news all around.
Yeah. So
So-
that was big news this week, and I think many people were cheering over that news. Let's go to the next thing, recapping our last two videos. We have the June 30th eviction moratorium coming up, and we're talking about this. Many people don't think,
Still up in the air. I mean, here we are a week away from June 30th, and we are still not really sure if that's going to get extended or if it's actually going to happen.
there's some whispers from the governor, Washington State governor, that he might,
Push it back
Right.
another 3 to 6 months. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
right.
And so
So-
it's something to keep an eye on.
It is. So watch the moratorium. New builds are still coming. And, to recap the new build story, those are still coming. The county's going to be adjusting. And one of the things people keep asking is, where are all these people coming? Are they migrating from out of state? Are they coming from California, from Arizona, from other places? Or from Seattle? We hear a lot of people blaming Seattle for this, and we are getting some migrations. We are getting migrations from out of state, from Seattle. Thing is we also have two generations of folk who are now home buying age. Is a topic that we need to solve as a group and as a community, and we need to be strategic about it. We need to think ahead, and we need to have a plan. And to ignore it and to blame it on out-of-state people, to blame it on a neighboring city, is simply making excuses. We need to look at the big picture and where these people are coming from and what their needs are, and look at the housing prices. We're building a lot of upper-end homes right now, whereas a lot of the need is in the affordable housing and lower price ranges. Just simple, basic housing. So, and we still have 11 million people, according to the CFPD, who are 90 days plus late on the mortgages or rent. So we have those folks who are still sitting in the shadows of our market. And we also still have 2.8 million people in forbearance. So the good news about the forbearance numbers is that, as soon as a month ago or so, we had 4.8 million. So banks offered what's called a silent mortgage to many of those 4.8 million and lowered that number down to 2.8 million, which was probably a good move. That helped a lot of people in forbearance.
Yeah, took care of the problem.
It took care of big portion of the problem, maybe not all of it, but a big portion of it. And so we'll see what happens with those other 2.8 million. 2.8 million is still a lot. Remember, we had 3.8 million who foreclosed in a 10-year period during the 2008 recession. So 2.8 million isn't far from that. And we still have those folks who have forbearances due. Okay? So we still have a large group of people who are in need of having some relief here. And so we still have these numbers of 11 million with 90 plus days late on their mortgages and rent, and 2.8 million with forbearance numbers. Those folks are still lurking in the background, and they still need help, and they could potentially still enter the market. Our government and banks are working on this and doing some measures to help them, and they keep kicking that can down the
So that June
the road.
30th date is
Right.
important.
Yes, but it might be good they're kicking the can down the road, because they keep using that time to solve problems. So we'll just keep watching that and take this 1 week at a time.
Yep,
Okay?
exactly.
All right, folks, thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound.
And I'm back, Joey Walker with Keller Williams West Sound on the Dupuis team.
Right, thank you for being here this week. If you found this helpful, please share this video, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you right here next week. Is that Kyle? Oh, I see Kyle has joined us. Thanks, Kyle. Okay,
Thanks,
we'll
Kyle.
see you next week. Bye.